Welcome back everyone to the Blender Creator course, Stylized 3D Modeling. This is where we left it off. Alright, let's go into object mode because I can actually see a little bit better there. And then what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to grab all of the parts that I'm actually working on. So including these back parts as well, including this one. Shift H, let's hide everything else out of the way, and then we can really see what we're doing. Now we will notice as well, because we've done that, we need to actually shade auto smooth on these. Same on this one. There we go. Now let's bring in two more pieces of wood. The other thing is as well, yeah, I think actually they look actually fine. I'm just looking at the how they're actually together. Let's press Shift A and let's bring in a cube. Let's make it smaller, and we're going to just make sure that these windows are supported, because at the moment they're not supported by anything. So we're going to press S and Y and bring it in like so, and we want this to be SZ to support this part of the wood. Obviously we don't want it touching there, so we want it coming all the way over to here like so, and just then poking through here. Now I'm going to just pull it out a little bit. I'm going to press Ctrl R. I'm going to grab probably this middle one, pull it down a little bit like so, just to make it a little bit uneven. Then I'm going to press Shift D, bring it down to the bottom like so. And this is in case as well that we actually shut this. If we shut it, put these shut, for instance, if you want them shut, then you've actually got it built correctly and you're not just hiding away, you know, the parts which you haven't built. What I'm also going to do is press RY and just rotate this one round just a slight bit. And then I'm going to grab this center point, just make it a little bit straighter like so. And now you can see that's looking a bit different from the other one. All right, so now what I want to do is I just want to put this on the other side. So the way I'm going to do that is join both of these together with Ctrl J. I'm going to come back to my window then, Shift S, cursor selected, grab these two, and then what I'm going to do is Ctrl A, all transforms, right click, set origin to 3D cursor, add modifier, generate, mirror. Let's get these on the other side, and we can see that this one is a little bit out now. So I need to pull this one back now. And the way I'm going to do that, actually, I'm thinking, if I go over the top, I can actually roughly get an idea of where this is going to be. So I can see, I don't want them exact or anything like that. And what I also want to do is I want to put this over this side as well. So we've got our mirror in the center, hopefully. Yes, it is. So I want to Ctrl A, all transforms, right click, set origin to geometry, and then, sorry, set origin to 3D cursor, add modifier, generate, mirror over the other side. Let's do the same now for these two. So I'm going to join these both together, Ctrl J, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to Ctrl A, right click, add modifier, like so. All right, that's looking good. Now, the one thing I didn't do with these hinges before I carry on is I also want to bevel the top of them off. So just a little bit of bevel on the top. So I'm just going to grab both those faces, press Ctrl B, and just bevel them off like so. Right click, shade auto smooth. Now what I want to do is I want to come back to this this one here, press A, and what I want to do is I want to put one down at the bottom, so Shift D, like so, and we can see, because we've got the mirror on, it's putting one down at the bottom there. And then one more, Shift D, over here, like so. All right, that's looking pretty nice now. I'm very happy with that. Okay, now we've got all these. We're basically done with these. All we want to do is just make sure that these windows, they don't all look the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to this window first. We've got our, you know, our point right there. It would be easy if you had it in the middle. And the reason is, if I come to this one here, we know that's roughly in the middle. So I'm just going to hide these hinges out of the way, come back to this, vertex select this vertex, Shift S, cursor selected, right click, set origin to 3D cursor. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to RZ, close it a bit. Now the main point of this though is you can also RY and angle it a little bit like so. Very, very gentle on the angle, but it will actually make a huge difference to the overall model, adding a lot more realism to it. Now let's do the same with this one. So we're going to come in, pick this one, Shift S, come back, Ctrl A, all transforms, right click, set origin, 3D cursor, and then what we're going to do is RZ and angle this one as well, like so. Now we can see that I didn't angle these either. So maybe I'm just wondering if I should angle these now. I think actually what I'll do is, so sorry about that. I need to go back because I forgot completely about those. So let's grab these as well. Let's actually apply our mirror. Let's split them up. So we'll come to L, L, P, selection, split them up. And then what I'll do now is grab these, grab this, Control J, join them together. Alt H, let's just bring back everything just to see what it looks like. And then let's come to these two, Control J, join them together. All right, now let's grab all of these parts once more. Shift H, hide everything else out of the way. You can see I didn't grab that one. So Shift H, hide everything else out of the way. And now I want to do is angle these first before doing anything else. So I'll come to this one first. I'm going to come to my middle point again. Shift S, cursor selected. And then Shift, in fact, right click, set Origins 3D cursor. And then R, Z. And then R, Y. Like so. And there we go. All right, now let's do the same thing for this. So what we're going to do is center, Shift S, cursor selected, then R, in fact, right click, Origins 3D cursor, R, Z, bring them in. All right, there we go. Now these are looking pretty nice. Now the one thing we haven't done yet is beveled anything. So let's go in and bevel something. And I'm just wondering where these actual parts are coming from. Not actually sure why they've got those parts there. But either way, I can actually come in, L, L, delete vertices. And I'm just making sure that I've got my ends on here. I think actually because it was the mirror was on or something. What I want to check though is making sure that this has got no crossover. In other words, mesh hiding behind it. So I'm just checking that quickly. All right, it looks absolutely fine. So now we can actually start beveling. So what I'm going to do is, I think I will join, yeah, we could have an empty and it join to the empty or something to actually move these whenever we want. Or we could just go in and use them. I think actually we'll leave it like this. We'll leave them like this. I think we'll you know, we could make an empty here and parent it up. And every time we want to move it, we just turn the empty and things like this. We could do things like that. That might make it a little bit easier. And I'm thinking, yes, it probably would be better to do that. So then we've got, you know, we're able to close them and things. So let's have a go at that actually. So we'll press Shift S, cursor selected. Let's bring in the first empty. So we'll come down, bring in a plane axis empty. We'll make this empty smaller, like so, but you can still actually see it. Then we'll come to this one. Shift S, cursor selected, and then we'll bring in another empty, or we can grab this empty with Shift D, and then Shift S, selection, cursor selected, nope, Shift S, cursor selected, and then Shift S, selections, cursor keep offset. All right, we've got two empties in. Now let's parent these parts up. So we're going to parent this with this. So we're going to press Control P, set parent to object. And then we're going to do the same thing on this one and this one. Control P, set parent to object. Now, if I come in and I want to move this door, just press RZ and the door will move. I can move it on the axis as well, like so. All of this is great. Now what we want to do is we want to pair all of these up to this actual window. So we might as well separate these out. So all of these might as well be joined with these hinges. We've still got our mirror on, which we don't really want on, so I'm going to press Control A. And the window is all one piece anyway, so that's great. Now, it might seem a bit, you know, we're doing a lot of work to just get a window in, but it is making things easier for when we actually save this out as a geometry node. So just bear that in mind. All right, so now what we want to do is let's bevel everything off. So we'll come to this one first. Control A, all transforms, right click. So Origins, Geometry, add modifier, generate, bevel. Let's turn the bevel down then, put it on 1, and there we go. Now the thing is, the bevel is still too high, so 0.003, let's try that. That's looking pretty nice now. Now let's do the same with these. So I'll do this one first, add, generate, bevel, turn it down, turn it up maybe 1, still too high, 0.003, that's looking good. Now what I'll do is I'll grab both of these. Now I know that this is all looking good. Grab this one, finally grab this one, and then what I'm going to do is Control L and link copy modifiers. There we go. Everything is done now. Okay, so I'm happy with all of that. We don't want to bevel off the hinges or anything like that. what we finally want to do now is join everything together. So all of these now, we can press Control A on, Control A, Control A, just to apply those bevels, Control A, and just make sure everything's got applied. We can see we've still got a mirror on here. So let's press Control A. And now finally, let's join all of this up to this mirror. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab both of these, both of these, both of these, both of these. Finally, the actual, not the mirror, the window. Press Control P, Object, and there we go. Now, wherever I move this, everything will move. Yet, in fact, will it move? No, it won't, because we also need to join these up. Join these up to the mirror. So Control P, Object, and now wherever I move this, everything will move. Yet, I'm still able to move my windows. No, I'm not. They're not actually moving, and the reason is, I'll tell you what the reason is. Let's restart that before I join everything up. So let's go back, and I'll explain exactly why that isn't working. These at the moment are parented to these. If I parent this to the window, it means that they would no longer be parented to these. So I don't actually want to do that. So what I want to do is, I want to hide these out of the way, like so. I then want to grab these. I want to grab my hinges, and I want to grab both of these, and then I want to parent these up to the window. So if I grab the window now, press Control P, keep Object, and now press Alt H, bring it back everything. Now, when I move this window, everything should move, which it does. And when I grab this part here, this empty, and press RZ, it will still move this independently. That is because these are only parented to these, but these are actually parented to this main window. That is how that works. All right, I hope you actually understood what I was doing there. I hope it made sense. And now what we'll do on the next lesson is we'll get some materials on there, and then we'll get it into our asset manager, and then you'll have a really nice window set up for your other projects and for the rest of this one. All right, everyone, so I hope you enjoyed that. See you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.